Hello everyone, welcome to Community Distance Reiki. I'm Danielle Stimpson. I'm so glad to have you here with me this evening. If you're new here, go ahead and click that live chat button. Feel free to let us know who you are. Set any intentions for your personal healing. We're going to get things started off by building a beautiful crystal grid exactly to all of your requests. We'll do that for about the first hour, maybe a little bit more, and then we're going to transition into the healing. And I've just been visited by a little kitty friend. Come on up, Gertie. Yeah. I hope you all are doing well, and I hope you all had a beautiful weekend. Hey, come on up, little fuzzy. Yeah, what's up? Aw, yes, you have my lap. So, if you are returning, welcome back. Thank you for your ongoing support. And if you're watching this as a video replay, if you'd like to skip ahead just to the Reiki healing, you certainly can. Start looking at about the 1 hour 15 minute mark, or where you see the lights begin to shift, and you can begin your journey there. So let's go ahead and dive into the grid. But first, if you want to learn more about me, my live online Reiki certification courses, if you want to schedule a one-on-one distance healing or tarot reading, or if you want to shop my crystal collection, go ahead over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com. It's listed in the description and linked in the description as well. Oh, it's so good to see so many of you. So let's go ahead and dive on in. Gertie's getting a little, are you getting ants in your pants, little lady? You want to say hi to everybody? They're both singing. Oh. Oh, yeah, butter, butter. Yes, you're cute. Oh, yes, you're cute. Oh, yes, you are the cute. It's good to see everyone. Thank you so much. So let's see who we have here. Gertie, do you know what you want? They know the Reiki's about to happen, so they're like, hey, I need some room in the chairs. Okay, so we've got Dell, welcome in, Stella, Chris, Jennifer, Violet Integration, Blue Sky, Rue, good to see you, Joanna, Jenny, long weekend. And I believe I saw Natalie too. Oh, hello. Oh, the girls are getting in position for their Reiki sessions. Hang on one moment. There we go. Yeah, they are enjoying this as much as anybody. They absolutely love it. They know when I sit down at the computer and start talking, it's time for Reiki. So not like they don't get Reiki every day for themselves, but still, this seems special to them. So let's see what else we've got. So let's go ahead and start taking some requests. Aaron Johnson, welcome in, welcome in. So yeah, go ahead and make any requests that you have, and I'm going to start grabbing some crystals. We'll build this grid together. So yeah. And Jenny, let me know how your sister-in-law is doing, how you're doing. Okay, Joanna, good to see you. Okay, so Chris looking for some support for Evelyn and some others. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab some. Rhodochrosite helps with everything that's related to mother-baby bonding and mom and baby wounds, like maternal wounds, that kind of stuff. So this is, excuse me, rhodochrosite. This also helps with telepathy, especially connection with ancestors and even deceased pets. It's great for stress headaches and asthma as well. So we'll go ahead and we'll bring that in. Violet Integration, you have an intention for inner peace, patience, and relationship healing. So let's go ahead and dive into that. Let's see. So inner peace, patience, and relationship healing. They've got a routine. They're doing the cats are cleaning each other while they're waiting for the Reiki to turn on. Let's see. Let's do some carnelian for that. So carnelian is wonderful for the sacral chakra, which has everything to do with relationships, not just romantic relationships, but absolutely those too. This can even help call in a romantic relationship if that's something you're setting an intention for. But the sacral chakra has everything to do with how we relate to the world around us. So that's relationships on the level of community, colleagues, friends, family, all of that, and also helping us to heal a lot of wounds around how we relate to others. This is also a great stone for fertility and sexuality and sexual function and dysfunction, as well as cold, allergies, and wound healing. So that is carnelian. It's a beautiful, rich orange color. I absolutely love it. So let's go ahead and just set these up. I hope you all had a really productive and lovely weekend. Productive in whatever way it needed to be productive, including productive for self-care and doing absolutely nothing, because doing absolutely nothing is productive. It helps you to lay down and then restart again. And my guides are laughing because I often overlook that. Let's see, I meant to grab Snowflake Obsidian. So Snowflake Obsidian, so there's a lot of good stones for inner peace. Two of my favorites are Blue Apatite and Snowflake Obsidian. And I'm picking Snowflake Obsidian today because I think it helps more with the relationship kind of stuff. So Snowflake Obsidian is a form of volcanic glass. This can help somewhat with doing shadow work, like reflecting internally, but it's really excellent for anything having to do with misplaced guilt or feelings of guilt you're holding against yourself. It also helps with calming overstimulation, but body, mind, and spirit balance it excels at. It excels at hope after loss. So especially if relationships are a little bumpy, it can help with that, but it's great for serenity and peace. Also clairaudience, which is our spiritual hearing. So if you tend to hear guidance and your guides, this can help you hone that. And for patience, we're going to bring in Dumortierite. This was a gift from Jennifer Vatsa, so you can Google Belladonna's Botanicals and her website will come up. She's having a moving sale. I think your moving sale is still going on. Correct me if it's not. You're in the chat. But this is Dumortierite, like I mentioned. This is great for anger, frustration, and patience. It's also helpful for standing up for yourself. It's often used for helping relax really nervous dogs. It's also wonderful for situations that seem hopeless and helping to calm really chaotic energy. So definitely for focus, anger, frustration, we're going to bring this one in. And I love the blue. It's like a grayish blue. So we'll bring that in. Okay. Awesome. So all the best to you, Violet Integration. I hope you're doing well. You want to have me wear the crown every night now? Remind me and I'll put it on a little bit later. It's heavy. It's heavy. So remind me a little later and I'll put it on. Lori, welcome in. Good to see you. And Chris, I love your requests. Awesome. Okay, Jennifer Vatsa, House Mojo, because I found a house I like, but it has other offers on it. So, blockbuster, obstacle removal, fast luck charm, good juju, that kind of stuff. Gotcha. So let's get some zoisite, amazonite. And the girls are play fighting. Okay, cool. So tourmalinated quartz is clear quartz with black tourmaline in it. Black tourmaline is wonderful for repelling negative energy. when any crystal goes through quartz or is a part of quartz or infused like in the same specimen, the clear quartz enhances it and sort of takes it to the next level. In this case, tourmalinated quartz is thought to really break up really old stuck energy, including like old childhood stuff, like really old energy. It's great for grounding and releasing nervous energy. It's thought to be really great for scar tissue, so emotional scar tissue as much as physical, and it's thought to help with like blockages and things like that. But more than anything, this is thought to bring about a lot of excellent fortune and luck. It's also helpful for protection during travel and for anyone who might be looking for a new job, or a secondary job or a new revenue stream or a side gig or whatever it is you're looking for. This can really help you to find new avenues of earning in addition to a new job. So we'll bring this in, but definitely the fortune and luck side of it. And for some reason today, I feel to use the clear ones. So I'm going to, even though we might run out of room a little later, we might have to put them elsewhere. We'll do our best. So that's tourmalinated quartz. Amazonite is another one that has a strong penchant for luck. It's considered a very lucky stone. Good fortune and winnings and things like that. Amazonite's also helpful. Rue, I did peek at your request around the spine. This will definitely help a lot with it. Amazonite is thought to help the spine and spinal nerves. I've actually been having some trouble with that today myself. It's also very calming, and it's wonderful to help with encouraging self-care and self-respect, especially for folks who tend to prioritize others or are natural caregivers and tend to think of others before themselves. Amazonite can help you to say, like, wait a minute, I need that self-care so I can continue to function, and also I deserve it. So that's Amazonite. And Amazonite can come in a sort of like light blue-green or even a darker kind of teal with white stripes in it, so it can look a little different. And zoisite is wonderful for removing obstacles, including even those like little nitpicky obstacles, almost like you have to do a million little things before you can get to the big thing. I'm struggling with that right now too, with moving, looking for an apartment and all that stuff. There's so many little things, but this helps also to not only move the obstacles and challenges and setbacks, but also helps with facing those problems head on, especially if you start to get really daunted by it or overwhelmed by it. It helps with fertility as well as releasing negativity, and I think we all could use that. Like, when is that a bad thing? But yeah, it's also good for apathy, sluggishness, and just feeling like, oh, I just don't want to. It's one of those, like, when you're having like just 5 more minutes, ma, kind of moments. This can be a really helpful stone. So that is zoisite. So I hope that helps, and lots of love. Keep me posted on everything. Grace, it's wonderful to see you. Catherine. Oh, these are some awesome requests. It is humid outside. I had to close my window in my room because it's just a little loud out, and I'm just like, oh. Yeah. See. Oh, and I'm just looking, I'm going to get to everybody's request. I'm just sort of peeking through, and I did just want to finish up with Rue's request, pain in the neck and thoracic spine. So yeah, Amazonite. Let's bring in some lapis. This is a good stone for pain and inflammation. Also wonderful for deep communication, honesty, integrity, and living up to your commitments. It's a stone that helps you with personal responsibility, and it also discourages disorganization. It can help you to start to set better patterns around stuff in your life. It's also great for career improvement, moving up in your career, as well as vertigo and hearing loss, like really the inner ear type things. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this in. But yeah, great for pain and inflammation. And I'm going to bring in Yeah, that's why I closed the window. Motorcycles going by. So here is malachite. We have just been loving malachite lately, and it does so many things. Why wouldn't we? On pain and inflammation, this is absolutely helpful, especially for things like arthritis in particular. It's wonderful for insomnia, so if you struggle with that, this can be helpful. And it's also great for processing really difficult emotions. So I think that this can also help violet integration as well. This is one that helps move the difficult things through the heart center without getting stuck and hung up in that emotional pain. So it does help us move on and let go and embrace the future. It can also help with so it helps with letting go of the past. It's also thought helpful for depression and anxiety. And it can be wonderful for phobias too. So that is malachite. Awesome. So I hope you feel better. And if I do have to hit mute, it's because of copyrighted music coming by. I apologize. Ah, that was really loud. Sorry about that. Okay, let's get some of Chris's requests in here. So rose quartz, garnet, aventurine. Okay, so rose quartz we're all pretty familiar with. This is one of the heart center. It can really help shine some big, bold, unconditional love into our life and into our heart center. It can be a little bit overwhelming depending on where we're at with things, but this is one that can remind us that we can let go of the emotional pain because there might be something better to replace it with. So I will bring this in. I'm going to put this underneath the snowflake obsidian. Next, we have green aventurine. This is one that helps you see yourself as you really are, not as you once were. It helps you to see yourself as having all the magic and all of the growth that you've undergone. It helps with heart rhythms, allergies, eye problems. It allows you to see your potential in a new light so that you can see that more is possible for yourself than you may have believed otherwise. So it's also great for things like fertility, and if you struggle with like the idea of learning something new, you think, I can't do that, that's beyond my ability. This is a stone that can be really encouraging and say like, well, let's give it a shot. And I often think of folks that say, oh, I can't do all the tech stuff you do. It's like, I don't do anything all that special. I watch YouTube videos on how to use things like OBS and stuff to do things like a live stream. So blessed be the gamers who make how-to videos. That's a stone that encourages you to say, hey, maybe I can do that. Let me give it a shot. Garnet can be wonderful for lots of things, but particularly if you're looking to start something new or take a fresh look at something you're doing. This is a stone that can help you get some creativity and practicality into your routine so you can make the most of your time, you can get more done, you can have more room for your life. It's also big for creativity and courage. So this will really, like when they say think outside the box, this is a stone that makes me kind of think of that a little bit more. Let me just angle these in a little bit. Garnet's also great for some stabilizing energy when things are really changing quite a bit. And it's January's birthstone. So that is garnet. Moonstone and emerald. Emerald can help with breathing and the upper respiratory system in general, lungs, all of it. It also helps with bringing about a pretty incredible amount of like zest and excitement for life. If you feel like you're in kind of a rut, this can break you out of it a little bit. It's great for feeling better about your appearance, especially if you're really down on your appearance, and for healing skin and tissue. So that is emerald. And that's what raw emerald looks like. Just these beautiful green stones. And we've also got some moonstone, which helps us to connect with the lunar cycles. This is everything that we would think of if you do tarot or if you're familiar with it. This is very connected with the high priestess. So when you think, so the high priestess is someone, she's like the balance, like she is the yin to the magician's yang. So she is someone who knows and understands. She knows what's happening. She has wisdom. She has access to all kinds of ancient wisdom, spiritual practices, etc. She understands the rhythms and cycles of nature and the earth, and she knows what's about to happen. This is intuition at its deepest level. It's also protection for women, connection to the divine feminine, spiritual protection, intuition, as I mentioned, releasing patterns, doing any kind of lunar magic, and also for connecting with divine timing. Can also be really helpful for manifesting love, attracting love. So that's moonstone. Moonstone can look so many different ways. And I just love these beautiful silvery kind of pieces. They look like the moon itself. And we got rhodochrosite, malachite, lapis. Okay, and I'm going to continue coming back for the rest of your requests too. I'm so glad you're here, Chris. Prudence, Jane, Catherine, Bev, wonderful to see you. And let's see, Catherine, ooh, you went to a craft show this weekend and bought homemade soap, candles, and owl earrings. Does anyone else love thrift and craft shopping as much as I do? Yes. Yes, I do. Oh my goodness, that sounds awesome. Yes, I do. Owl earrings, that's so cool. Friend of mine is into owls, and as I was, I'm getting ready and packing up and letting go of things, and I found some owl stuff that I haven't used in ages, and I'm like, ooh, let me put these aside for Marianne. Marianne's an artist, so yeah, I absolutely love that kind of stuff. Awesome. Emily, welcome in. Okay, cool. And I'm going to get to everybody's request for sure. Rue. Got it, Rue. I'm so glad that resonated with you. I'm so glad it did. Awesome. Okay, so Emily, you're kind of in a heartbreak phase, hoping to channel anger and pain into creating some art. Gotcha. So we've got Chrysocolla, which has been coming up quite a bit for us. Chrysocolla can help. One of the things it really does well is finding new creative methods of expression. So that's pretty much specifically that. It's also great for making decisions that are in alignment with our greatest good. Never a bad moment to have that in our life. And it's great for encouraging us to follow our spiritual purpose. So this is a popular one that a lot of us have been working with. If you saw the tarot for all 12 signs, you're probably not surprised to see that, because it's definitely been a thing for a lot of us. Let's see, I think this is going to be a crowded grid. So I'll put this here. And I may just put this at the foot of the grid there. But yeah, wonderful stone for helping us on our soul's purpose, but also connecting to that creative center for healing. Awesome. And let's also do rhodonite. Rhodonite helps with healing the cracks of a broken heart. And that's whether it's often considered like the breakup stone or the divorce stone. And it's excellent for that, but it's also great for any other thing that could break your heart, like if you're grieving too. This is great for that. It's also wonderful for overcoming, like if you're working through issues around past emotional abuse, this can be a helpful stone. It's great for insecurities, also for the lungs and allergies, autoimmune stuff, and asthma, which is stuff I struggle with for sure. So this is a really powerful stone for all of those. So I'll bring that in. So that is rhodonite. Rhodonite is pink and black. Rhodochrosite is pink and white. And rhodonite, sometimes you see more black than pink, sometimes the other way around, but they are different stones. So all the best. Good to see you. Okay, cool. Stella, Dell, Aaron, Lori, Jade, Larimer. Oh, good, rhodonite. You just asked for that. Peacock or amethyst, iolite, and opal. Larimer. So we've got some, yeah, I've got all of it. So jade can come in a number of different colors. It's mostly green, and we're used to seeing that like true rich green, that earthy green. Sometimes it comes in a bright yellow, sometimes it comes in a deep forest green, and this is actually a deep forest green that you guys have told me on camera looks kind of blue. But this will actually help affirm Jennifer Vatsa's requests as well. This is a wonderful stone for good fortune and harmony in all aspects of life. Family, business, community, health, longevity. So length and quality of life, good health. It's love, romance, family. It's everything. Everything in balance, and lots of good fortune and blessings. So we'll bring that in. I'm gonna try to sneak it under the grid. There we go. Awesome. Okay. Amethyst can help us with opening up to intuition and spirituality. It's also wonderful for opening up to new types of intuition and for any kind of self-healing. Whatever kind of, I'm just gonna clear my throat. Hang on a moment. Sorry about that. This can help you as you're working through your self-healing, self-improvement kind of journey. If you get to those points where you start to kick yourself and go, oh, I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I did this. This is one that reminds you, like, you're on a different path now. One step at a time. Keep on going. It's okay. It's also very linked with things like addiction and recovery, particularly with certain 12-step groups, and the Serenity Prayer. So very much connected with the concept of like taking care of the things that you need to change, letting go of the things that aren't meant for you to change, and knowing better and when to know the difference, how to know the difference, when it's time for you to get involved and clean up the mess, and when it's time for you to not be there and clean up the mess and focus on what you need to do. So amethyst for sure. Iolite helps with a lot of things. The first and most probably the most requested aspect here is around weight loss. So if that's one of your goals, this can be really helpful, but it's also great for sleeping better, especially if you have intuitive or energetic stuff that's kind of keeping you awake. Like if you do a bunch of Reiki or meditation and things, and then it's hard to kind of relax and get into sleep at the end of the night, this can help. It's also great for fever, clairvoyance, and money management. So that's iolite. So we'll bring some iolite in here. Larimer helps us with connecting to our spiritual purpose in our own unique way. If you're following your spiritual purpose, it is going to look really unique and different compared to anyone else's journey. It's just how those things kind of go. So this will encourage you as you are a bit of a pioneer in your own path. It can also help with separating our ego from our self and our spiritual work a little bit. So it's good for a nice healthy balance of ego and work. If you work in anything spiritual, kind of like what I do, it can be hard to balance that sometimes, but really important. And this is a great stone to do that well. As I say to my Reiki Master students, we don't want to become a documentary on Netflix. You know, like the many documentaries on Netflix about people that did healing art stuff and kind of kept going down a path that maybe turned a little culty. This helps keep our ego in check. Opal is sacred to many shamanic cultures, and it's thought to be very protective in that if you're doing any kind of magical work or intuitive work, and you're doing, especially if you're doing healing work of the good kind, and you don't want to be noticed by entities and people that are doing the not so good kind, this will more or less like cloak you and keep you hidden. So it's considered highly protective. So that's opal. And let's see, peacock ore. Ta-da! So peacock ore or chalcopyrite. Here we see it as the gold. It does sometimes oxidize into like blues and purples. This can be a wonderful stone with everything from like finding things that are lost to just executive function in general and so many more things. I definitely feel like this is a wonderful stone. Like the more I research it, the more I see how spiritual folks grounding in the world and kind of balancing connection to the spirit world and the day-to-day kind of human walk, this can be really empowering and help us to focus and evenly walk both. It's also surrounded by clear quartz, which makes it a bit stronger. So this is peacock ore or chalcopyrite. And I'm going to actually put that right here so that we can see it. Let's see. Yeah, you may see it out there as like bluish purplish colors too. And good to see you, Lori. I hope you're doing well. I know it's late where you and Dell are. Oh, thank you, Chris. For the past few weeks, you've been falling asleep before I turned on the music. Aw, I'm so glad that it's helping you chill and relax and get the rest you need. Okay. All right, so let me keep on going. So for Dell, Crohn's and blisters. So let's do that. So for Crohn's, we have Dalmatian jasper. Dalmatian jasper is, when we were talking about tourmalinated quartz and black tourmaline going through a crystal, this is what happens when it goes through jasper. As black tourmaline is great for repelling negative energy and kind of breaking stuff up, this helps it to clear our auric field. So it's wonderful for energy clearing, also for helping to encourage really good cooperation. And it can even discourage the tendency, like if we get really jaded or cynical, this can help clear the energy and break that up a bit. Also, when it comes to physical healing, it's very much connected to digestive issues, everything from Crohn's to IBS to acid reflux to all of it. I have celiac disease. It's rare that I get gluten, like almost never, because I just make my own food at this point. But if I do, this is one that I keep nearby. So that's Dalmatian jasper. And so we'll go ahead and we're just going to put a bunch around here because I feel like we could use the extra clearing in our field for the week to come. So let's start the week on a fresh note of, this is under the grid. There we go. Start the week on a fresh note, clear that energy for the Sunday night. And this is Septarian. It's now, first of all, emerald is also wonderful for healing the skin and tissue, but this is a wonderful one too. It helps. So Septarian helps with muscle pain and spasm. That's something I've been struggling with today, but it's also great for skin wounds and lesions, especially things that are having a difficult time healing. Emotionally, this is an excellent healer. It really empowers the solar plexus, which is our center of self-identity and free will and following what we want to do in life. It's also wonderful for as we go through really difficult emotional challenges and work through our self-healing. This helps with finding the underlying causes of our beliefs, our habits, our attitudes. So if we keep having a pattern that rises up, this can help us to find the root of it and heal the root of it so it doesn't keep repeating. Also great for helping us to really even get to the point where we feel okay to be vulnerable in our healing path. So that is Septarian. It's a very empowering healer. So we'll put this on the outside of the grid. There we go. It's good to see you and all the best for your healing. Jenny, joint pain, low energy, pregnancy, intuition, kitties, doggos. For Jane, weight loss and financial abundance. Awesome. So let's start with the financial abundance because it's seldom that we get this far into the grid and don't throw in some citrine for financial abundance. Citrine actually starts its life as amethyst, and then under the right circumstances, lots of pressure and heat underground, it slowly turns into citrine. And that's natural citrine. Sometimes citrine will be like a bright yellow, and that's kind of man-altered aventurine. This is the color of natural citrine. It's sort of this brownish orange. It helps with inviting in financial gain, financial abundance, helps us with making the best of the resources that we currently have. It helps to balance logic with intuition, and it can be a wonderful stone for addictions and compulsions, also for nausea, and it's thought helpful for fibromyalgia. So we'll bring in citrine. If you're looking to do any kind of asking for abundance, you can put citrine like in your wallet or any place that you associate with money. You can put it in the money corner of your house, business, or room that you're in. For Western feng shui, because our society isn't built to feng shui standards by any means, walk into the room or home, and as you walk into the room with the doorway at your back, look forward and then to the left corner. That's the financial abundance corner. And you can put some citrine or anything else that helps remind you of financial abundance in that corner. So awesome. So we have citrine. Let's see. Serpentine, Unakite, Howlite. Howlite is a good buddy for dumortierite. It's great for anger and resentment. And anger, resentment, frustration, so it really complements the energy of that stone, and that's the emotional level. It's also really helpful on the physical level for joints and, well, teeth, bones, hair, but especially the bones and the joints. I struggle with my bones not being as dense as they need to be. I struggle with calcium absorption. I struggle with osteopenia, which is like a lesser form of osteoporosis, but still not good. And I work with this a lot, in addition to diet and supplements and weight-bearing exercises and all of the other things. I mean, crystals are not a replacement for anything, but they're a wonderful complement. Same with Reiki. But also for the joints, if you have any kind of joint pain or joint injury, or if you tend towards dislocations, things like that, Howlite can be wonderful. Serpentine is for the kitties. I happen to know that you've mentioned before that the kitties that you're mentioning have diabetes, and this is thought really helpful for blood sugar, diabetes, and hypoglycemia. Also good with calcium and magnesium deficiency. Muscle weakness and muscle issues, very much related to the magnesium. Also helpful for rashes, eczema, as well as trance meditation, which is quite a combo. But yeah, we'll bring this in. It's a wonderful physical healer. Let's see if I can. Maybe I can, maybe I can't. Let's do some septarian, or serpentine rather, here. There we go. Unakite is very helpful for your sister-in-law, for pregnancy. This is for every aspect of a woman's life, especially around hormones, but particularly prenatal, postpartum, pregnancy, labor and delivery, all of those things. This is thought really helpful for it. It's also great for the heart and circulation, moving fluids throughout the body, as well as metabolism, and for quitting smoking. This was often a gift for a woman when she was getting married. It's also thought to help with like a good, healthy, happy marriage. There we go. And let's bring in leopard skin jasper for all of our animal friends, including the Gertie that is taking her pre-Reiki nap right now. Leopard skin jasper helps with connection to our animals as well as animal healing. It helps to connect with our animal guides as well. It's wonderful for connecting with and attracting our spiritually significant soulmate relationship, if you want to call it that. It's also helpful for coordination, balance, and anything impacting the skin. So that is leopard skin jasper. So let's go ahead and put this around. There we go. And low energy. Let's bring in some bumblebee jasper with big amounts of sulfur and arsenic. Definitely not for direct water infusions. And be careful with like even wearing it on the skin over long periods of time. Definitely not one to let little kids handle. But it is a wonderful stone for vitality, energy, and kind of like, all right, let's get to work, let's sink our teeth in, let's get it done kind of energy. Wonderful for collaboration and working in groups as well. It helps with decision making. It helps with mental focus and clarity as well. So if you have to go through a lot of challenges, you have to be really mentally sharp, this can very much help. It's also great for just positivity, confidence, and motivation in general. So we'll bring that in. So that is bumblebee jasper. And I'm so glad you are here. Let's see, weight loss and financial ones. So weight loss, we have iolite, but let's also bring in blue apatite. Blue apatite, and it's hilarious that it's called apatite, I get it, but this is wonderful for a better relationship with food. And whether your goals involve losing weight or gaining weight, this can be really helpful. And everyone's relationship with food is going to be different. So this just helps with finding the best relationship for you in a way that best complements where you're at and where your goals are. So that's blue apatite. Oops, sorry for that. It also helps with learning about your soul's purpose, connecting with it, and having the courage to continue to walk that walk. When it comes to like inner peace and harmony, it's superb. It's very much connected in that regard to snowflake obsidian. They both really help with that in very different ways. But yeah, it also helps with if you're someone who tends to take on the energy of others, or you feel that you're a bit of an empath, this can help with strengthening your auric field, so you are less likely to take on that energy. So wonderful stone. Thank you for being here. It's good to see you. Hello to Jane, and keep us posted on everything. Hey, Patty, good to see you. Awesome. Cool. Oh, cool. Okay, just catching up in the chat. Oh, the kitties are here. The kitties are here. They came in when they heard my voice getting into the Reiki. I'll see if I can grab them to show them to you at some point too. You missed the Friday 8 session because your car broke down. Oh no. I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope everything's okay now. Margaret, welcome in. Oh, heartbreak. Absolutely. We have rhodonite in here, which helps to heal the cracks of a broken heart for sure. Whether it's often thought of as like the breakup stone or the divorce stone, but it's great for any kind of heartbreak, including grief. And we also have malachite, which can help with moving really difficult emotions through the heart center without getting really stuck in it. So it can help with moving through that pain in a way that's meaningful and not detached, but where you can kind of start to let things go after you process them. I hope that that helps, and I'm glad that you're here. And let's see. Okay. Just want to make sure. I'm going to get to everybody's requests, I promise. And next was garnet and crazy lace agate, so I'll get that too. Garnet's in there, but let's get some crazy lace agate. And I'm so sorry, I'm going to have to look this one up yet again. So this is crazy lace agate. It's so pretty. I had this as a little girl. I tumbled this in my rock tumbler. It was like in the kit, and it's so cool. So let's grab. Let's see. Let's try a different book and see if it's in. Let's see what Cassandra Eason has to say about it. This is The Complete Crystal Handbook by Cassandra Eason. And this is a great book if you want to have a little bit of info about a lot of stones. So let's look for agate. Okay, so crazy lace agate, she mentions she mentions physical benefits including skin issues, eyesight, problems with the colon and heart, and varicose veins, arteries, and circulation. Emotionally, absorbs emotional pain, especially when worn as jewelry near the heart or throat. That's interesting. So I feel like this is probably really timely that we went with this one right after Margaret requested what she did. So I feel like this can be really helpful for both of you. Also mentions it brings joy to those who wear it. It's a laughter stone. Helps with daily energy flow. Ooh, she mentions here that it helps protect you from negative vibes and like things like that. So it's very protective, but it also enables you to see past worlds and spirits, even like, so she mentions old houses and things like that and ghost hunting and things. And she talks about how it helps to protect you, but also lets you connect with those types of like the energy of the past. So that sounds really wonderful and quite different. So yeah, that is crazy lace agate. What a beautiful stone. Thank you for requesting it. I really have to do a blog post about my favorite crystal books. I really am overdue for doing that. Blue sky. We've got some requests for sunstone, numite, chevron. Celestite, Bumblebee, gotcha. Sunstone, Numite, Chevron. Speaking of protective stones, Numite is very protective. This is one that you can put like near your spiritual tools to help keep them clear. So, sorry, there's about to be a motorcycle. Sorry, somebody started a motorbike right outside the window and Gertie freaked out. It's okay, Gertie. Oh, she's calming down. Okay. Sorry, so back to Numite. Numite is also, in addition to being really protective, especially of spiritual places and items, it's wonderful for when we're doing our personal healing work. We're really digging into the root of things, doing what we would often call shadow work. This is a very dark stone. It's very black. It doesn't reflect any light until you get to these spots where it reflects gold. And it's just these beautiful flashes of light within the darkness. And it's thought to really bring inspiration and connection to spirit and wisdom and guidance from spirit when you need it most, when you're doing that inner reflective work. It's only mined in, these are actually for sale in the shop. These are only mined in Greenland and only a few months of the year because the ground is frozen. But yeah, that is Numite. It's also very, very old. It's like 3 to 4 billion years old. There we go. Celestite is very angelic. It helps connecting with our angel guides, our higher self, and just spirit in general. It helps with also connecting with, in case you're having trouble discerning, hey, I've got this feeling, and is it a fear? Is it guidance saying, hey, that's dangerous? Or is it my logic saying, hey, that seems like a bad idea? So if you're experiencing something like fear and you're not sure where it's coming from, this can help with discerning that. It's also great with pain because it's very high vibrational. It works with the upper chakras, connecting to our soul's purpose and our spirit guides. So it changes our experience of physical pain as we kind of transcend to our more spiritual body. So it can help in that way. Chevron amethyst is also really angelic and helps us connect with our spirit guides, our helpers, our angels, and helps with the tolerance of others also, which is always super helpful. When it comes to channeling spiritual guidance and getting downloads from spirit and being able to send messages up to spirit, this can be really helpful as well. The difference between this and other amethyst specimens is that if you kind of look at these stripes that are here, if these specimens were larger, you would see those kinds of stripes, whether they're gray or white, making like a zigzag, a chevron. So that's the difference. It's like where in the quartz, or where in the amethyst it was. And amethyst is a type of quartz. There we go. And sunstone. I've been working a lot with sunstone. So this is another one. Actually, this will support Gen 2. This can bring in quite a bit of luck. But also, more than anything, this is a stone that takes how we view our purpose and where we're going in life and what our potential is. And it really hugely empowers us to see it from a new perspective and a much broader sense of it. If you're looking to move into a new phase in your life, this can help with a lot of recognition, even fame, especially if you're going on job interviews. It can help you stand out. If you want to stand out in the workplace to get, say, promoted, this can help. It can help you to be seen if you're promoting your own business or if you're making sales, but it's also great. It's another stone that's great for phobias and for bringing in a lot of opportunities when it comes to career and employment too. And yeah, I'd love it too. This is another stone that helps with phobias. So let's see, where can we place this one? Let's put one here and here. So that's orange sunstone. And awesome. And we have Bumblebee here. So I'm so glad you're here. I hope you're doing well. Intentions for a great week this week. Let's do it. So for grace, absolutely. And also another revenue stream, which we got. Hey, Paul. I hope you're doing well. And you're looking for good sleep. Awesome. Let's see. Okay, so let's do... There we go. So for a good week ahead, I know you've been having some trouble with like coworkers and stuff. Let's bring in some honey calcite. This brings in a lot of optimism, and that's always a great way to start the week. But this also helps with attracting really good, harmonious relationships and people that, like, especially if it's new people to our lives, whether it's colleagues, neighbors, friends, romantic partners. This helps bring people that are in a very balanced way that would be a good match for you in your life. Also helps support moving through challenging times with a lot of optimism, but just good vibes in general. It's a lovely stone of balancing the solar plexus, your center of self, with the sacral, which is where we have relationships and how we relate to the world around us. Next is pyrite. This is a good one you were looking for, another revenue stream and stuff, which we have in tourmalinated quartz, but pyrite is fool's gold, and we like to think that it calls in the real gold. It's wonderful for fever, the lungs, the brain, and memory, but it's also very protective while encouraging good intuitive connection. And now you all are going to get to hear the ice cream man go by. It's just a lively night here in West Philly. There we go. Good to see you, Grace. All the love to you. And yes, Chris, I am teaching next weekend. Catherine, request for something for creativity, protection, and manifesting your destiny. Creativity, we definitely have with chrysocolla and carnelian. Protection, we have a couple of really good ones, especially pneumite, but let's bring in red tiger eye. This is highly protective, whether it's like earthly, mundane, bullying, picking on, even really nasty kind of stuff, gaslighting and triangulation and that kind of thing, or spiritual equivalent of like psychic attack and like malevolent spiritual work. It works for both. It's also great for calling in financial abundance in a hurry, in case anyone is struggling with that. So that's red tiger eye. And manifesting your destiny. I would say the stone that would work with you more spot on than anything is the chrysocolla, because it absolutely helps with connecting with your spiritual purpose and encouraging you to act on it and continue to move forward with it, while connecting to new forms of creativity as you work through your healing process and ways of expressing yourself. So we've got those in there. And let's see. Is there anything else we can bring about for that? I think we're covered there, but for some reason I felt to bring in smoky quartz as well. This is another one that's good for protection. It's also one that helps to fundamentally change the energy. Like it's really transmutive. It calms a lot of worry and it helps to break up energy blockages. And smoky quartz can be as dark as almost black, or these like barely off of clear as we have here. So I feel like that could be helpful. Back as far as the Middle Ages, this was used to help protect property. So we'll bring it in. Ooh, there we go. So I hope you're well and it's so good to see you. And for Bev, we have asking for deepest connection with the divine, asking for emotional and financial balance. Ooh, I like that. Deepest connection to the divine. The first one that comes up is Moonstone, which is here. But I'm going to bring in Rainbow Moonstone too. Rainbow Moonstone and Labradorite are all very highly connected. If you find this stone in like a jewelry store, they're more than likely going to call it white Labradorite. That's another name for it. This is a stone that kind of has elements of both. It's especially wonderful for connecting to spirit, for bringing down intuition, for connecting to the divine, whether you're doing readings or divination or channeling for other people, or if you just want to be connected within yourself, this can really empower it. It reflects a lot of wonderful blues. I know it's hard to see on this camera, but it is a lovely stone. It can also have black in it too. This just happens to be a specimen that was cut to be made into jewelry. But it also, if you see it out in the wild, it will look kind of like this. These are the specimens that I have in the shop online. So don't be surprised if yours has some black in it. And sapphire. This is great for channeling, connection to your spirit guides, your angels. It's very high vibrational. It can also help with envisioning positive things in a time of change, like moving right now. I've been working a lot with sapphire. And if you do any divination for other people, definitely work with some sapphire. And this is what sapphire looks like when it's raw. It's great too for the thyroid, for dementia, both the people with it and those caring for them, and for the eyes and the ears. It's also helps to manifest speedy justice. So let's go ahead and bring this in. So I hope that that helps. And let's see, emotional, financial balance. Let's bring in Herkimer for that. This helps with harmonizing energy, so I think that this will help. And it also helps with connecting to spirit in general. It aids with intuition and with also with balancing metabolism and intuitive ability. This is one that allows us to be in the present moment while we're manifesting, and just in the present moment in general. It's deeply relaxing, but that harmony that it brings can help with the emotional and financial balance as well as the intuitive intention. So that's Herkimer diamond, which is a type of clear quartz that is found in the Herkimer, New York region. And it forms just like this, these natural double terminated points. Okay, there we go. So all the best to you. Hey Lisa, I hope you're doing well. Charmy, welcome in. You're welcome, Bev. Paul is requesting better sleep, so let's get in that labradorite. Not only does this help sleep, it also helps with workplace harmony, so I'm thinking of Grace when I say that. Also aids with research and study and really detailed attention to things. Like if you're reading through a contract, if you're looking through your accounting and trying to find an error, if you're into things like coding, this is a wonderful stone. It also helps with clairvoyance, which is our spiritual sight, and enjoying travel. So let's bring this in. So good to see you, Paul. I hope you're doing well. There we go. Oh wow, this grid is getting a little wild here. We'll sneak in over here. I'll just be little in the corner for a moment. I just want you to see how intense this grid is already. Keep it going. All right, so let me just, I'll switch back to the split screen. No, I'll just keep it like this for a minute. Okay, let's see. So Prudence Jane. Anger, frustration, forgiveness, and for self and others, and loneliness and finding love. So for anger and frustration, we have Dumortierite, which is great for frustration, Howlite, which is excellent for anger. They both work really well for both. For forgiveness of self and others, let's bring in some aquamarine. Aquamarine can definitely help forgiveness, whether it's the I forgive you to set myself free, or I forgive you to give you another chance, I forgive myself, all of the different types of forgiveness. It also helps with body fluids, movement of body fluids, the teeth and the gums, as well as deflecting really petty behavior. We like to jokingly call it the anti-Karen stone here. And it's also one that helps it helps deflect like energy of someone who is already angry from being taken out on someone else. So let's go ahead and let's do a piece here. No, these are too big for that. Let's do one large piece to kind of match what that is there. There we go. So I hope that helps. I'm sorry you're having some loneliness. And finding love, we have some good finding love stones. We have carnelian, we have moonstone, and we have leopard skin jasper, all of which help call in that love. And loneliness, definitely honey calcite. This helps call in the best matching people for you, people that resonate with you and your boundaries and where you're going and are ready to have a good balanced relationship. This is bringing in really good people. I also want to bring in ruby for you. This definitely helps with love, but it's also great with courage to be yourself, as well as leadership and management types of qualities, which might not apply to what you requested, but maybe somebody else. Also, it's thought to be helpful for fibromyalgia. But yeah, because it's definitely connected with love, it certainly can't hurt. So let's bring in the ruby. Ruby and sapphire are in the same family of stones called corundum, and they are super hard. So like diamond is the hardest thing. It's like a 10 on the Mohs scale of hardness. And sapphire and ruby are a 9. So there we go. So all the best to you, Prudence, and it's good to see you. Let's see. Kambaba jasper for peace and tranquility. Absolutely. So Kambaba jasper isn't really a jasper, but it kind of gets called that. Sometimes it goes by Kambaba stone, but Kambaba stone is actually fossilized blue-green algae. It's wild, right? It helps with courage and confidence, and it aids meditation and calming the mind for meditation, as well as connection to your ancestors and your ancestors' land. It's helpful for growth of plants and crops too. It's definitely wonderful for bringing in a sense of harmony and peace and balance as well. And it helps environmental issues. So if your intentions are around the healing of earth, the healing of water, climate change, things like that, Kambaba stone is wonderful. I keep this near my plants that I grow indoors, and I find that it is really helpful for them. So we'll bring this in. Let's see. Let's bring this in here and here. And hey, Susan, I hope you're well. I hope Greg and Dexter are well. Sharmi, your intention is to discern between those opinions that have value and those whose opinions are just noise. Yes, that is amazing. I love your intentions. Awesome. Like very often I'm like, yes, what Sharmi says. That's awesome. To discern between those whose opinions have value and those whose opinions are just noise. Let's bring in some mahogany obsidian. This is one that can help us to release the need for the approval of others. Also helps with meeting goals. Also helpful for vitality and strength, but when it comes to things like perfectionism, it can help us release that too. So if you struggle with things like a done something is better than a perfect nothing, which is something I often have to remind myself of, this is a really great stone to work with. Also thought helpful for carpal tunnel, teeth, gums, and skin healing, as well as releasing anger. But yeah, releasing the need for the approval of others. We'll bring this in. So this way it's not like you feel the need for approval of them, but more like trusting yourself a little bit. I'll also bring in some red jasper, great for empowerment in general. It's great for protection too, psychic and spiritual protection, which I know we had a request on earlier. I forget who asked for it, but definitely helpful. It's great for grounding. It's great for long-term illness and long-term things you're going through that might cause you to tend towards depression. This can be supportive. It's very root chakra focused. It helps us to feel grounded and connected. It's also wonderful for like long convalescence and things, but in general, empowerment. Also helps with fighting injustice and bullying. Okay, and I'm going to get to as many more as I possibly can because it's 20 after. And I know some of you are already in Ireland, so it's really late where you are. I think it's like 2 a.m. where you are. Okay. Awesome. Thank you for being here. Yes, howlite's in here. Honey calcite's in here. Rose quartz is in there. Red tiger eye. And let's get to as many of Patty's as I can. Chalcopyrite's in there. Rainbow moonstone, labradorite, sunstone, apatite, aquamarine, numite, unikite, howlite, dumortierite. I love the requests though. So let's see which else can we do. So let's do Dragon's Blood or Dragonstone. This is Pymonite and Epidote together, and it's just so pretty. That richness of the green and like that oxblood red. It helps with relieving self-pity and moving past grief and loss, but it's also great with having patience with yourself and others. So I don't see how that can ever be a bad thing. And patience with yourself and others can show up in a lot of different ways. And I think this complements a lot of the requests that came in today. Also helpful for learning from our mistakes and for the thyroid, the nervous system, and skin, hair, and nails. So yeah, so we'll bring that in. Boop. Pre-night and Mukite. Pre-night helps with holding a space for spiritual learning and teaching. Whether you're learning on your own or from someone else, I always keep it around when I'm teaching Reiki. I have tons of it behind me on my altars. It's great for if you struggle to say no. This can help with refusing unfair demands too. But it's also great for quieting the mind when you're meditating if you find that your mind tends to race. Pre-night and bloodstone, which also goes by heliotrope, both of them can be really helpful for that. Also aids lucid dreaming, prophecy, divination, tarot reading, all of that, as well as anemia, gout, kidneys, and bladder. And oh, look, we have a kitty visitor. Hey, look it. Oh, it's a Hattie. How are you, baby boo? How are you? Yeah, extra cute. Awesome. Yep. There you go. Oh. She's saying her hellos. She's putting her scent on the microphone. Sorry if it's making noise. Epidote can be very helpful for recovering from illness and injury. Oop, I forgot to add the pre-night to the grid. Whoops. Yeah. You want to help there, Gertie? Are you going to bless the grid? There you go. Yes, so Epidote, which is part of what's in Dragonstone, and in Unikite also. This can help the brain and Parkinson's. I've used it extensively to help me with the way that I speak to myself, like the negative self-thoughts and the ways that we have our internal monologue to kind of be a little mean on us. This can help to improve that. It's also great for the nervous system and for connecting with the fairy realm. Aww. Somebody's making biscuits. Someone knows it's time for Reiki. There we go. So that's Epidote. Mukite helps with accepting change and making decisions. So if you feel kind of paralyzed with making decisions, Mukite's a good one. This also goes by the name Australia Jasper. It's thought to help with bladder pain and also with calming digestion. So this might actually be really helpful for Dell as well. So that's Mukite. This also comes in like a beautiful vibrant green and some beige. Aw, purring little Hattie. Okay. And yes, thank you for the reminder, Patty. Don't forget to hit the like button, everyone. Oh, your mom had another fall, Lisa. I'm so sorry to hear that. Balance and physical healing. So we have lapis and leopard skin jasper, both of which will help with balance and coordination. And for healing on the physical level, emerald can be very helpful, as well as the septarian. Shungite can be really helpful for physical recovery and tissue repair. This also helps clear the energy field and can help break up and release emotional pain and energy blocks. And if you struggle with kind of feeling off balance when you're near a lot of electronic equipment, you might be sensitive to the electromagnetic fields. If you think that's the case, shungite is a wonderful stone to bring with you. And I'm just going to bring this around. Ooh. And yeah. My neighbors are outside with their bikes. So sorry if you hear a little noise. So I hope that that helps, Lisa. Keep me posted. Joint issues, balanced energy moving forward. Yeah, we definitely have those. Joint issues, we have howlite. Yes. So Patty mentioned skeletal integrity, septarian for muscles. Lapis is in there, helps with vertigo. Good call. Dexter may need another vet visit this week. I'm sorry to hear that. We have some leopard skin jasper in there for you, though. I'll definitely include him in the energy healing. Mental health healing, gotcha. Kanta, you're in the Blue Ridge Mountains. That sounds beautiful. Thank you for joining us from there. What helps counter apathy or bring in enthusiasm? Countering apathy can very much be zoisite, and bringing enthusiasm, like reinvigorating enthusiasm. Emerald helps. Polychrome jasper, bumblebee jasper, those can really help. Also, to some extent, orange sunstone. And I think we got everybody. I think I got everyone. Okay, cool. Well, it's 9:25. So let's go ahead and move into the next phase. I'm going to go ahead and just insomnia malachite for sure. Yeah, I hope everybody gets a good bout of rest. I've struggled with insomnia and it is no fun. No fun at all. Okay, so let's go ahead and, if you wouldn't mind helping me lift the energy of your home, where I'm at, where we're all connected right now. Oh, someone is super making air biscuits. Go ahead into the chat, hit that like button if you haven't already, and go ahead and share anything that you're grateful for, anything that you're comfortable sharing in such a public venue. Gratitude lifts energy faster than anything else. But sharing it together will help us lift this collective energy that we have together. While you all are helping me out in that way, I'm going to go ahead and explain what Reiki is and a little of how it works and how to make the most of this session, and then we're going to get into the healing. So let's go ahead and see how that's going. Thank you so much for being here with me this evening, everyone. It's wonderful to see you all. Whoa, we have like 29 people in here right now. That's actually a big deal for us. So thank you all for being here. Definitely hit the like button. Definitely subscribe if you want to come back. I'm here 5 times a week, same days, same times every week. And the horoscopes or taroscopes for all 12 signs are up right now for everyone for August. So what is Reiki? Reiki is kind of it's become more of a catch-all term for energy healing, but specifically I work with Usui Reiki, which is one technique of many to work with the healing energy of Earth. The healing energy, like the concept of the energy, as far as how we define it in Usui Reiki, for that we can best look at Shintoism, the indigenous spirituality of Japan, where everyone and everything is interconnected, and spirit provides this sort of this energy that animates us and makes us more than just a clump of cells that we are, and makes us the spiritual beings that we are. All of the energy that we use to bring about health and balance physically, mentally, and emotionally on all levels. Sorry for the motorcycle again. Oh, the poor kitties are scared. Come here. It's okay. I got you. So basically, our body, mind, and spirit are working with this energy all the time to help and bring us into balance at every moment. Our body, mind, and spirit are using this energy even though we're not even aware that the energy is there. During this session, essentially, I'll be using Usui Reiki techniques, which, by the way, This particular method was founded by Mikao Usui in the early 1920s of Japan, and I'll be using his techniques to connect to this energy that are already flowing through you and already supporting you in every kind of way, and basically connecting to that energy and sending more of it to you using his techniques. During the session, go ahead and get comfy. You can sit up, you can lay down, you can move around all you need. You can sorry for all the background noise. It's pretty loud out there. Hang on one moment, guys. Sorry, lots of loud swear words. We don't need that. We don't need that going into where we're going. So essentially, this energy is flowing through you all the time. So to make the most of this session, really just make yourself comfortable. You sit up, lay down, you can close your eyes and fall asleep, or you can sit on the ground, take a few stretches, you can journal, do anything that feels right for you. And if you need to get up and get something, certainly. You don't have to focus on anything. You don't have to keep your mind silent. However you show up for the Reiki will show up for you. As we go through the session, if you feel like you're getting distracted or pulled out of the connection at all, just go ahead and take a deep breath in and out, and you'll come right back into it. I'll send this healing to you for 25 minutes, during which time I will turn the lights down. You'll notice them moving from one color to the next slowly, but at no point will they flash or strobe. And I'll turn the music up. If you want to learn more about our musical creator, go ahead and check out the bottom of the description so that you can see her website and her YouTube channel and enjoy her music any day. At the end of the 25-minute session, you'll hear my voice come in, and I'll invite you to take a few deep breaths, come back to your body, and then I'll reopen the chat so you can ask any questions and share anything that's important to you, and I'll be here to answer all of those. Also, Reiki isn't limited by the same dimensional limitations that we have. We can only be in one place at one time, but Reiki can be anywhere all the time. So wherever you are in the world, whenever you happen to be watching this video, know that you can you can enjoy this healing energy just as well as if you were live. And for those of you who are here live, if you ever feel like you need some Reiki and I'm not live, go ahead and check out our past healing live streams playlist, and you'll be able to just pick any old video from the thumbnail of Crystal Grids. The one that's perfect for you is whatever resonates with you, and you can always glean some healing from that as well. Thank you so much for being here. It's an honor and a privilege to share this healing with all of you. I've been teaching Usui Reiki for 15 years, and it's something that just keeps getting as more of a deeper, richer practice for me every moment of every day, and I thoroughly enjoy sharing it with you. If you want to learn more about me, my live online Reiki certification courses, or if you want to schedule your own one-on-one session, tarot reading, or shop my crystals, visit learnreikiphiladelphia.com. And again, thank you so much for being here. So let's go ahead back and take one look at the grid, and I'm going to get ready to send this energy healing to you whenever and wherever you happen to be. Let's see. Thank you, Margaret. Oh, thank you, everyone. As always, thank you all so much. As always, I absolutely grateful that you can get a decent cheesesteak where you live in Virginia. Oh my goodness, good for you. And you used to live in Philly, so you know what you're talking about. Awesome. So thank you all for being here. Thank you all for sharing your gratitudes. I'm grateful for all of you being here and for this ability for us to connect in this way. There we go. So enjoy your session, and I will see you all in about 25 minutes. take a deep breath in and out. Slowly come back to your body. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Hattie is here to greet you. Thank you all so much for being here. It's an honor and a privilege to share this healing with all of you. Thank you, everyone. I hope you have a beautiful week. If you have any questions or anything to share, let me know. Oh, little Hattie bones. Hattie and Gertie are the most adorable little boobies. I cannot believe it. Yeah, during the Reiki, Hattie was next to me and she would meow and I'd look over and she'd be doing the slow blinks. It's like, aw. Thank you, Kanta. Have a great evening. Have happy evening and sweet dreams to you too. You're so welcome, Charmy, Dell, Rue. Oh wow, Rue. I put the stones in the grid, you fell asleep, and then you woke up with no pain. I'm so grateful to hear that. Thank you for being here, Rue. All the best. I hope you feel better. Thank you, Bev. I hope you have an amazing week too, and you're totally welcome. Lisa, you're so welcome. All the best to you, your mom, your brother. And lots of love to you too, Lori. And Dell, thank you for helping me learn more about Galway and how it relates to my ancestors. That was wonderful. You're welcome, Joanna. It's wonderful to see you. What's going on? I'll try to take some videos for all of you of the cats. As I'm packing and sorting and emptying out my storage bins and putting them away, we've discovered a new cat game, putting all the bins and empty boxes around and then throwing balls into each of them. Then they hop from one to the next. It's kind of ridiculously funny. Hey, Heart, lots of love to you. I hope you're well too. Jennifer, I hope you're well. Heart, I'm so sorry we ended up skipping Thursday. Let's do this Thursday for sure. I'm doing okay. And Chris, lots of love to you too. Patty, lots of love to you and to Key. And Catherine, I hope you're feeling, oh, that's so wonderful to hear. Oh wow, it helps your migraines. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that too. Thank you for that. Thank you for sharing that. Your cats are helping you pack too. Yes, and I'm going to see Susan for an in-person session on Tuesday. I'm looking forward to it. I'm so looking forward to it. I'm so excited about that. Thank you so much, Rue, and I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. I'll be back Tuesday at 8 p.m. And until then, the past healing live streams are up. You can always, especially if you found that one particular live stream was helpful for you, just like mark down the date or like save it, and you can always have it to go back to. Thank you, Rue. Yeah, I'm so blessed to have these little kitties. Jennifer, yeah, same. I don't have a place to go yet either, and it is really anxiety inducing. I'm sure it is more so even for you because, you know, I rent and you own, and that's a lot different. Thank you, Del. May we all walk in beauty indeed. And heart, lots of love to you too. Awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and bring the stream to a close with an abundance of gratitude for all of you. Thank you all so much for being here. Definitely hit the like button on the way out if you haven't already. Jennifer, oh, you have settlement on your house on the 29th. Okay. All the best to you. For sure. I hope you have a great night too, Susan. Everyone have a wonderful night. I hope to see you all again soon. Take care, and bye for now.